Back to Chapter 5, Video 16. In this video, we're going to carry on with the course list control and focus in on the New File button. And the behavior of the New File button is when I click on it, it should take the text file that we have and clean it out. So basically it takes all this and it just deletes it. Now, I could actually go in through the back, make an edit here. Let's say I want to take this record out. Let's go back up here. Just delete this record, and I could simply just save that, and that this text file would then be updated with that change. So that's one way to do it, or we could actually just clean out the whole file. That's the purpose of this one right here. Now I don't want to do that yet because I'm going to actually demonstrate that. All right, now to start that process, we've got a new button right here, and we're going to go through similar type things we've talked about in the previous two controls. The StreamWriter, we know now that it's part of the system input-output, and we're going to create an object here called the output file. So we're dealing with that output file. That's this this text file right here. We're going to call this output file. Let's move that over here. There we go. And then from there, we're going to assign or create the text for that file, and we're giving it the exact same name. So that's the courses.txt file, and it's sitting in the folder called debug in our solution folders. All right, and so this is very important because this is basically assigning the correct course when we create that text file, and we're assigning it to the object here called output file. Now that we've got that, we can take the output file, and what do we want inside there? What do we want inside of this right here? We want nothing. So we really want to take all this and we want to clean it out like this, put in literally quote, quote. So we're writing in there nothing. So there's nothing that gets entered. So that file essentially gets blanked out. So we clean it out. Now, the next line is more housekeeping, because this right here simply, and you've seen this before, it's a method here to clear out all the items of the course list box. So the next thing is when I click on new file, I want to clean this up as well. The other thing I'm going to do is display a message to the user that mission accomplished by records have been deleted from the course text file, so they get that message, and then set the focus back to the courses, assuming that's where you want them to go next. And then finally, we want to, and this again is very important, we have to close the instance of this object right here down, because if we don't, it's going to remain open in memory and cause all sorts of errors. So very important. So there's the procedure on how to clean out or remove or essentially delete the content of a text file that we have written to. And that pretty much concludes this program, the course list program. And we could make some variations on this, and as we progress through the course, we'll look at how we can take individual records in here, and let's see if I can undo that. And let's say we had a lot in here, we can sort them, and we could search for records, etc. So there's more stuff that we can do with this. And the other thing is this comma, I want to just mention, this is a pretty typical way of separating data items. So there's one piece of data and then comma, this is a separate piece of data. That's why the comma was put in there. Sometimes they refer to those as comma value separators. Comma separated values, sorry, and as CSV files, and that is, and we can look at that later. Now I've been calling these TXT files, but some of you might have noticed inside of my file folder, and there's in my folder, I had a courses.csv, and you'll notice that it is a comma separated value file, and it's associated with Excel. So in fact, if I was to double click on that, it would actually open it up and show you this type of table right here. So in a sense, we're also able to create the data that is automatically exported to Excel, which is kind of cool. It's not an XLSX file, but it is a CSV file, which Excel reads very easily as with those fields. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the course list program, and we will see you in the next videos.